I am Billy Alexander. This is another edition of The Run-In. We all get in here real quick. We go in and bam, 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 bam. Just give you a whole bunch of shit about wrestling and everything else. And right out the door we go. 10 minutes at the tops. Added a little extra, whatever. Sometimes a little over. Anyway, guys, welcome to the next episode. It's hot as shit outside, guys, in my area. It's been pretty warm. It's been a lot of rain coming through here as well. But this is a run-in, and we punch you in the face with nothing but a bunch of wrestling stuff, and then get the hell on out of here. Make sure, guys, that you get over to Heel Turn. I wrote these down so that I would remember them all. Excuse me. Make sure you get over to Heel Turn Wrestling on Facebook. Make sure you check out Heel Turn Wrestling's YouTube page. Check out the run-in each and every single time on the YouTube page. Head over to the Facebook page, check out Headlocks and Hangovers, Franchise Takes 5, the Heel and Face podcast, and also the Sleeper Hold, which is on Thursday nights, live on Heel Turn Wrestling's Facebook page. Check them out, guys. It's a bunch of us talking wrestling and everything else. Now, speaking of wrestling, let's get right to it. WWE is stopping a huge proposed SummerSlam angle right now, just like that, over with. I gotta get a drink. The whole deal with it is it was supposed to be Sasha Banks and Bayley, and a huge feud come SummerSlam for the title. Unfortunately, due to one location being changed of SummerSlam this year due to the coronavirus and other issues as well, they felt that there was no pop going to happen for Banks in the hometown of Boston. So they went ahead and decided to keep this on the back burner and just let it sit there and simmer for a little while longer. Extend it as much as possible. Look for Banks to be a huge babyface up in this whole entire rest of this feud, leaving Bayley to be the mean, downright, dirty, nasty little heel, which kind of needs to be reversed. I don't know if I can see Bayley. I just don't know. Rey Mysterio, talks of him retiring come next week. Rey Mysterio retirement talks. So there's this deal about Rey Mysterio possibly coming out on Monday Night Raw to retirement celebration or a retirement speech. But WWE's been planning on something for a little while. They've been having some good things going behind the scenes with Dominic, the son of Rey Mysterio. As you all know, Dominic was trained by Lance Storm out of Canada. They wanted to have this so-called angle go on. So there's a new faction, and I haven't really thought of the name that I would give it. I just know that if they don't put any thought into it, it's going to come out with this really lame name. But this faction now that's being built on Monday Night Raw is none other than Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Buddy Murphy all together. So they're working this angle. So here's basically what it is. Look for next Monday night, Rey Mysterio's deal to happen on Raw, with Seth Rollins being the one that's presenting this. Look for this faction to, one, debut as a whole. And what I mean by whole is they're going to have a third person in that faction. And it's going to be none other than Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic. He's going to come out, he's going to turn heel, he's going to join this faction with Theory and Murphy and Rollins. And they're going to march through Raw for a while. They're gonna make Mysterio stay as long as they can, so that eventually we see Rey Mysterio put his son Dominic over in a pretty big pay-per-view match. So look for that to happen. My notes, trusty notes, always gotta have them. JTG, one half of Crime Time, one half of the former WWE Tag Team Champion Crime Time, spoke out in an interview this past week with Chasing Glory. And he talked about Shad not only being, his partner in the business, but his partner in life as his best friend, family, considered him family, and everything else. He did an interview and he talked about how he believes that the $40,000 that showed up in Shad Gaspard's GoFundMe account was paid by John Cena. A lot of the fans think that as well, and they've got good reason to. So, a GoFundMe account was created for Gaspard's family, and mysteriously $40,000 showed up in that donation link. The only thing that brought it to the eye and the attention of certain people was the note attached to it at the end. So, because when you make a donation, you can leave a little note, or you can leave your name, or whatever it is. At the end of this, when they go to look to see who it did, it come up with a note that said, CTC, rest in peace. Now, a lot of fans jumped to this. JTG has jumped on this as well. JTG has went as far as saying 99.9% sure John Cena paid that $40,000 to that GoFundMe account. If you all remember, back in 2008, Crime Time and John Cena were part of a so-called faction. And that was called CTC. Huh. So, with that note being attached to that donation, not only did a lot of the fans, but, as I said, JTG is 99.9% sure that John Cena made that donation. Only time will tell if John actually comes out and says it was him, or if it was anybody else or anything like that matter. Either way, that is awesome. And thoughts and prayers to Shad Gaspard's family. I'll transition over a little bit to this. This news has already passed on social media this past week, but I'm using it to talk about a little bit of it here on my show, which is airing here. 22-year-old Japanese superstar Hana Kimura passed away this past week. Not a lot of details came out. Not a lot of things were said about this, except that she had been dealing with a few issues. She was being cyberbullied. Cyberbullying is legit, folks. I mean, it's a fucking real thing, and people take it too far. And in this instance, this was one of them, that this was taken too far. And the wrestling world, a family, friends, acquaintances all lost a great woman in Hannah this past week due to cyberbullying and stuff in that matter. And it's fucking horrible. I've seen bullying in school. I see what bullying's like nowadays, and that's one of the reasons why I don't put my kids in a public school, because of this shit. I'd be at the school every day. But yes, 22-year-old Japanese superstar Hana Kimura has passed away this past week. Thoughts and prayers out to her family as well, and friends and insane. Dr. Britt Baker is injured and is out for a possibility of 2 to 4 months, or even longer, depending on how severe her knee injury is. She's looking at 2 to 4 months just to start. That's a bad deal for Baker. She was in line for an AEW World Women's Championship title shot, and it just so happened to be handed away. It was handed away because we have a new AEW Women's Champion. But Britt Baker is injured, should be out for at least 2 to 4 months or even longer, depending on the severity of the injury. We'll keep you updated with those some information about that as well. Deonna Purrazzo is no longer under contract with WWE or NXT, but did show up at Total Nonstop Action, Impact Wrestling, TNA, whatever you want to call them now these days. She showed up at their latest set of tapings. Here's the thing behind it. She's not under a contract. She did not put her name or a date down on any paper whatsoever. But she is there per agreement. So she's working on a per agreement deal and see how things go. So basically what it is she's giving a tryout to TNA. And if TNA likes what they see and they have something for her, she'll end up on TNA television quite often. Most places already know what you've done and what you can do. When they bring you in, they don't give you a tryout. They pretty well have you sign a contract, and they run a few things to start off. With this right here showing that there's no trust. That's what that is. And it could be money issues as well. Guys, that's really all I got for this week on the run-in. Be safe. Be careful. A lot of things are starting to open up around here. I'm not sure about your neck of the woods. But make sure to head over to Heel Turn Wrestling's Facebook page. Give us all a like on our shows. Check out the YouTube page and some of the shows, Headlocks and Hangovers. Make sure to check them out. The Franchise Takes 5. The Run-In, as you're sitting here right now. The Heel and Face podcast as well. And don't forget my guys over at the Sleeper Hold. Guys, my training school opens back up in about 2 weeks. We're really excited. And I'm excited that things are starting to turn around a little bit around here. Guys, be safe. Be humble. Punch your best friend in the fucking face. I forgot to do my disclaimer earlier in the show, so I'm going to do it now. Fuck you. Too bad. You've already watched the show.